Facts Verse presents Stars Side-by-Side Stunt Doubles. Spot the difference. Before we get started, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Stunt doubles. Many movie studios use stunt doubles that can handle the more dangerous parts of the movie. The stunt doubles have years of training in safety techniques that can help them get the necessary shot without putting the star in danger. When studios look for stunt doubles, they find someone who is both qualified and looks like the stars. There are some stunt doubles that look identical to the star they're standing in for. Here are some stars side-by-side stunt doubles. Spot the difference. Carrie Fisher and Sandy Gross. In this photo, you can see Carrie Fisher and her stunt double, Sandy Gross, on the set of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. It's impossible to tell these two women apart. Sandy didn't just do stunts for Princess Leia, she also did stunts for the movie's Sister Act. If you didn't know any better, you would think that Carrie and Sandy were twins. Harrison Ford and Vic Armstrong. Vic Armstrong looks very similar to Harrison Ford, which is why he's been standing in for Harrison for years. Vic was in some of Harrison's most iconic films, including the Star Wars franchise, the Indiana Jones franchise, Blade Runner, Working Girl, and Frantic. When he doesn't need to stand in for Harrison, Vic is working as a stunt performer in the TV series Penny Dreadful. He is also the stunt coordinator for Avengers Infinity War. Johnny Depp and Tony Angelotti. Tony looks very similar to Johnny, especially when he's in his Jack Sparrow getup. He stood in as Johnny's stunt double for the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He won't be standing in for Johnny again because Tony sued the Walt Disney Company for an injury he sustained while performing a stunt. The stunt went wrong, and Tony fractured his pelvis and was bleeding internally. He was in intensive care for 4 days, and after spending a long time in a wheelchair, he had to learn how to walk again. This type of injury is enough to ruin any stunt person's career. Lynda Carter and Jeannie Epper. Jeannie Epper is the woman who performed stunts for Lynda Carter in the Wonder Woman television series. She was likely chosen because she and Lynda look so much alike. Jeannie didn't just work on Wonder Woman. She has worked on several great films and TV shows including Charlie's Angels, the TV series, Blade Runner, Poltergeist, the original Dynasty TV series, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and The Amazing Spider-Man. She is an incredible stunt woman with a lot of experience under her belt. Emilia Clarke and Rosie Mack. You can't just put a wig on a stunt double and make them look magically identical to the star. When the Game of Thrones producers found Rosie Mack to stand in for Emilia Clarke, they really hit the jackpot. These two women look so much alike, they could be long-lost sisters. Brad Pitt and his unnamed stunt double. Brad Pitt had a stunt double on the set of Ridley Scott's The Counselor. Brad's stunt double had the same hair, the same goatee, and they looked a lot alike. Brad is a bit more tan and a bit taller, but other than that, this guy was a perfect choice. Chris Hemsworth and Bobby Holland Hanton. Chris and Bobby look so much alike that they could be identical twins. Because Bobby looks so much like Chris, he's been Chris's stunt double in almost all of his movies. His resume includes all of the Thor and all of the Avenger films, the Huntsman movies, and In the Heart of the Sea. Chris isn't the only actor that Bobby stands in for. He stood in for Chris Pine in Wonder Woman and for Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible Fallout. Sofia Vergara and her body double. Modern Family is a comedy, so there aren't any stunts on the set. There are, however, times that the stars need someone to stand in for them. This is a photo of Sofia and her unnamed body double on the set of the show. The women look so similar, it's hard to tell who's who. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Peter Kent. For the last 15 years, Peter has been Arnold's stunt double. He also worked on the first 2 Terminator films. Peter says that he loves the work, but his least favorite part of filming was wearing a latex Arnold mask every day during the 6 months of filming. It must be worth it since Peter has been Arnold for over a decade. Chris Pratt and Tony McFarr. When the studio found Tony McFarr to stand in for Chris Pratt, they hit the jackpot. The two men look alike and have similar body builds. Tony is such a good fit that he stood in for Chris in the Guardians, Passengers, and the Jurassic World movies. Chris isn't the only star that Tony stands in for. He's also worked on Ant-Man and the Wasp, Pitch Perfect 3, and Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Jennifer Garner and Shauna Duggins. Shauna is a regular stand-in for Jennifer Garner. She worked with her on Alias, 13 Going on 30, Daredevil, and Elektra. Shauna also made a name for herself in a wonderful way. She was the first female stunt performer nominated for an Outstanding Stunt Coordination Emmy. She may not look exactly like Jennifer, but Shauna still gets the job done. Michael J. Fox and Charlie CROUGHWELL. The Back to the Future movies had a lot of stunts. Between the running scenes, the fight scenes, and the skateboarding scenes, the studio needed a great stuntman. They hit the jackpot when they found Charlie CROUGHWELL. Not only did he and Michael J. Fox have a similar build, but he could pull off some crazy stunts. Charlie stood in for Michael for the entire Back to the Future trilogy. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and TANOAI Reed. If you think that Dwayne's stunt double looks like him, there's a reason. TANOAI is Dwayne's cousin. He's been standing in for The Rock for a while now. He did his stunts in the Fast and the Furious films, The Rundown, San Andreas, and Hercules. It must be great to have a stuntman in the family. Tom Cruise and Jimmy N. Roberts. Tom Cruise is known for doing most of his own stunts, particularly in the Mission Impossible franchise. With all of Tom's skills, there are some things he can't do. When this happens, Jimmy N. Roberts is close by, ready to put on the hat and the shades. When you watch Tom's movies, you would never even know that it isn't him performing the stunts. The two men look so much alike, the audience is none the wiser. Taylor Lautner and Gabriel Nunes. Gabriel has stood in for Taylor in 2 of his movies, The Ridiculous Six and Tracers. Taylor isn't the only actor who Gabriel stands in for. He's done stunts for Colin Farrell in Dead Man Down and the Total Recall remake. Taylor and Gabriel might not look exactly alike. Gabriel still gets the job done. Mark Ruffalo and Anthony Molinari. Anthony stood in for Mark in Now You See Me Too. The movie is about a group of illusionists, and people thought the illusion carried on off-set. Mark and Anthony look so much alike, it was hard to tell them apart. The two guys could be long-lost twins. Jennifer Lopez and her stunt double. J-Lo does her own dancing in her music videos, but there are times when she needs a stunt double. For this music video, her stunt double wore the same outfit and even had a trio of braids. The main difference between the two is that the stunt double was a man. He may not look just like Jennifer, but he got the job done. Natalie Portman and Sarah Lane. Natalie had to take ballet lessons for her role in Black Swan. As good as she was at dancing, she needed a stunt double to perform some of the more complicated moves. This is where Sarah Lane came in. With her makeup on, you couldn't tell the difference between the two. Kate Beckinsale and Alicia VELA-BAILEY. This is a photo of Kate and her stunt double, Alicia, on the set of Total Recall. Thanks to Alicia's long dark hair and sunglasses, it's hard to tell who's who. Total Recall isn't the only film that the two women worked on together. They also worked on Underworld, Blood Wars, and Underworld Awakening. Shia LaBeouf and his stunt double. Shia had a very good-looking stunt double to stand in for him in the Transformers franchise. If it weren't for the stunt double's strong brow, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two. We hope you enjoyed this video. Leave us a comment and tell us what you thought. And be sure to subscribe to Facts Verse for more videos.